Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing well today. I wanted to pop on to my Patreon to say hi, y'all. I haven't been as active this past month because I've been preparing for a mentorship that begins in April, and I have been working a ton. And so that is what brings me here today. Um, I wanted to let you know some spiritual lessons that I have recently been learning, and that is because I am a retired perfectionist and a recovering workaholic. So, for those of you that don't know, I'm an engineer. I'm also a student, a full-time student. I am trying to study to become a naturopathic doctor. Um, I own my own business, Lauracine Apothecary. I'm a priestess at the Voodoo Institute. I'm a teacher. I'm studying to further my herbalism education. I do a lot. I do a lot. And I have been learning along the way of being such a workaholic and having such a hectic schedule. Um, One of the common things that I run into, especially now that my life is really merging in with my spiritual life, my spiritual practice, is that balance is so necessary, and it is so important as you grow and expand and evolve. And if you're trying to monetize your spiritual gifts that you have, whether it's in art, whether it's in music, whether it's in teaching, whether it's in herbalism, whether it's in love magic, whether it's in, tarot readings or bone readings or whatever it is that you want to monetize, because of all of us come here with gifts. As you get into your purpose and as you start to monetize those gifts, if you're on, track, if you're in alignment, you're going to have a flood of people wanting to pay for your stuff. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to want to feed off of you, and a lot of people that want to be a part of your journey, especially if you're in alignment. Um, and as you kind of further onto your journey, and this is kind of more so for people that have already had their sort of beginning I don't know, footsteps, or they've already gone through the growing pains of getting into their spirituality and learning um and learning about their specific religion, especially if you're in Haitian voodoo or Ifa, if you're at the African School of Magic, or if you're in Hoodoo. If you're at the African School of Magic, then you have these three branches you can sort of delve into. And after you've established what branch you want to be a part of, and you've become from beginner and novice to now you're more intermediate, you're going to start discovering your gifts. And in discovering your gifts, you're going to want to share them with the world. And if you become really good at them, and if you start to nurture those gifts even more, people are going to want to experience them. They're going to want you to give them a whole bunch of readings. They're going to want you to, curate a whole bunch of candle magic for them. They're going to want to support your business. They're going to share your name around to their family, to their friends, and then you're going to be busy. You're going to be busy because you're so good at what you do, and you're so on purpose, and people can feel your vibration. They just want to be a part of, your world. You're going to be busy. If you get initiated, you're going to be busy. And busy for some of us is nice. Like, I have been a workaholic for damn near my whole life. Busy for other people is just too much. Some people like to live a slower lifestyle, and that's what I'm transitioning into. But as I'm working a lot, especially with mentorship coming, um, I wanted to share with you guys some of the lessons I'm learning along the way, and some of the lessons I have already learned from being a workaholic in my 3D life from being an engineer, from working 3 to 4 jobs. Um, and so, yeah, so one of the first things that I've been learning along the way is it is so essential that you communicate when you are doing too much. Um, when you're living your spiritual life and you are on a spiritual regimen, so you're waking up at a certain time, you're praying, you're meditating, you're doing magic every day. I don't know why, but you're doing magic every day. You are um, opening up different channels of abundance to come through. So as you become on purpose, as you start to venerate your ancestors, as you start to do magical work, you're going to start to see all these different um, channels open up for yourself. So you might get more job promotions, you may get into a new relationship, you may discover new friends, you may have new hobbies. You're going to have all these different channels of abundance that are going to flow into your life. And those things are blessings, those things are amazing. But you need to communicate when you're not ready, or if those things are too much. And sometimes I always had a fear that if I tell my ancestors, hey, I love the blessing that you're giving to me, I think they're amazing, I think they're awesome, but this is a lot right now. Like, can we like back this up? Can I get like, a raise this month and then like a new relationship next month and like a couple new friends like the month after that? Like, can we like break this up? Because sometimes, the doors have been waiting to be, opened for you, but you just didn't know how to open them. And so once you do, all this abundance flows in and you're just like, whoa, like this feels great. And I like love all the things, but it's a lot. It's a lot to juggle. You and I, we have so many different prayers of what we want our life to look like. And sometimes we should be mindful of what we pray for, because what we pray for requires maintenance. What we pray for requires work. What we pray for requires effort. And so sometimes that effort requires a lot of energy that you may not have. And so I want to encourage you guys, as you explore more in your spiritual journey and you tap into that abundance energy and you're having more opportunities coming your way, to know your limit, know when to stop, know when it's just too much, and know when you need to take a step back. And that's okay, right? That's okay to like say like, oh, this is just too much for me right now, and coming back to it. One of the things that I've been learning about too along the way was I didn't know there was going to be nuance in my schedule. I didn't know there would be nuance in being overwhelmed. And what I mean by this is my job, it doesn't even feel like a job. What I do outside of um, the African School of Magic, I do a lot outside of African School of Magic, but what I do, I love. I love what I do. I love being a business owner. I love, having a new business and exploring and creating the foundation for a strong business. I love what I do in my career. I love what I'm studying in school sometimes. I love who I work with. I work with all my friends. But I didn't realize that I could love what I do and also be extremely overwhelmed. I didn't know I could love what I do so much that I am like just overwhelmed, just overcome, just not knowing how to balance working with everybody. And that wasn't necessarily something I prayed for. It's just something that I walked into. Like I work with all my friends and I enjoy what I do. I didn't know that, even in my joy in doing what I do, I could still feel like, this is just overwhelming and hard to maintain. Maintaining a lifestyle that you want is just as difficult as maintaining a lifestyle that you don't want. And so I didn't realize that that was something that could happen. And I think that's because I came from um, a work life that was hardly ever fun. And so now that I'm working with people that I love to work with, there's nuance in that I can still get overwhelmed. I can still get really tired. And so it's normal. It happens. And it's really important to know your limits. It kind of goes hand in hand with the first one. It's really important to know your limits, dear. Just know your limits. um, yeah, and then I guess my final thing that I have been learning so far is that everything's on your time. And that's not to like for you to take advantage and just say like I'm going to do, if you have an assignment to do, like let's say tonight, you know, you have an assignment due tonight and you just say I'm going to do it on my time. Girl, okay. I mean, you can, but good luck. Good luck with that and get an F if you want to. But when I say that everything's on my own time, it's my process is my process. My spiritual growth is not on anyone's time but mine and God's. I, excuse me, I evolve at my own pace. You evolve at your own pace. What I was able to accomplish in a year may take you 6 months or it may take you 6 years. The kind of change I can make in my life can happen, for me, may have happened um, in like a month. For you, you could do a whole 180. Your life could do a complete upside down in a day. Like your life is your life, your path is your path. There is never a rush to have everything together. There is never a rush for you to become an initiated priestess, a bad bitch that has 10 cars, 300, $50,000 house, man, kids. There's no rush for you to have everything together all at once, all at the same time. Take your time in your growth, take your time in your spiritual journey. And the most important thing in this life right now is that you just take initiative, put in the effort, keep putting in the effort, keep trying, and that you'll see the change that you want in your life. And so as I'm like doing this hectic schedule, and as I'm working with my friends and I'm enjoying the process but still being overwhelmed and still getting tired, and building my life, building my kingdom, building my tribe, um I'm noticing this not only in myself as someone that's a recovering workaholic, but in a lot of different people that are in positions similar to mine or that are going to be in positions similar to mine. You may see me as someone that has hit, a good milestone with being able to teach you all, but eventually you all will surpass me if you put in the time and the effort. You'll become your own teacher. You'll become your own master. You are already your own guru because no one else knows you better than you. Eventually, you're going to continue to take up the knowledge that you have been given. You're going to continue to soak up everything that you've been gifted and given, and you're going to apply that to your life. And then, in you applying these things, and you living your life in your most authentic way, in your most purposeful way, you're not going to be a beginner anymore. And in you not being a beginner anymore, you're going to come across different hurdles, different feats you have to overcome. And I think it's important that I share, as someone that's not a beginner anymore, the challenges that I face now as someone that is more seasoned, someone that is having to teach, someone that does have to pass things down now and be a leader. So as you become a leader, in this spiritual game, as you become a force to be reckoned with, it's essential that you know your limits, that you know your boundaries, that you know when to tap into yourself and know like what's going on internally with yourself, and know when to just take a step back. Um, there are so many more challenges up ahead, especially in this new season. this new Aries season, this new energetic new year. There is so much to come and so much that you need to be ready for and so much to prepare for. And a lot of that starts with armoring yourself and knowing yourself. And so I wanted to tell you all, one, Happy New Year. Two, these are the lessons I've been learning so far. And three, trust your process along this way. Trust every aspect of what your body, your mind, and your spirit is telling you along this journey. And know that you don't have to be anything outside of yourself to be marvelous, to be powerful, and to be a force to be reckoned with. And so I have so much to share with you. There is so much to come, especially on this Patreon. I plan on coming out with a magic series outside of planting seeds. Planting seeds is a magical herbalism course. I'm just giving. My next one, probably, as I film planting seeds and continue that on, because I don't really plan on stopping that. I'm going to come out with other classes for Patreon, which is going to be called the Magic Hour or Magic Hour. I haven't decided yet. And it's just going to be like classes with a whole bunch of different magical workshops, different spells that I come up with that I just want to share with you guys. And I'm sure you will love them. This Patreon is just full of magic, and I can tell you guys just like to do it. So it'll be really, really fun. So anyways, I hope you all are well. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. And if you haven't already, join the mentorship. It starts April 1st. So today is March 26th, the final day to enroll is the 26th. Did I say it's 26th? I said today is the 24th. I meant to say today is the 24th. Final admission for enrollment is the 26th. And yeah, so I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. I hope you all are enjoying this new energetic season. And I will talk to you all very, very soon. I love you all dearly and have a great day. All right, bye-bye.